All right, Lauren, in this episode, we're going to talk about public sex and having sex with vanillas. We're also going to talk about what your ego needs to be a swinger and how you need to feed other people's ego. We're also going to talk about us, the newest rising OnlyFans stars, and our newest movie, Top .0000077 OnlyFans movie.
Just watch me.
All right, Lauren, get off your phone.
I know, I'm
It is
addicted.
time to start. This chair is getting squeakier and squeakier. I don't know what's happening to it, but it feels like I'm on a unicycle. That's what it feels like. It's breaking so much that I feel like I'm on a unicycle. I have to balance on it.
Did you used to have a unicycle?
No.
Have you ever tried a unicycle?
No.
I have.
Okay.
One day my dad brought one home from work and it was like, hey kids, I got a cycle.
Now,
Like,
this is
what?
weird because all I hear from you are stories about how you are horrible on a bike, and even your parents had once told me about how you crashed on a bike.
Yeah.
And you were just a horrible bike rider.
Not my jam.
To
really.
this day, I still have a really hard time getting you on a bike. But you, at some point in your life, had a unicycle?
I didn't have it. He just brought it, like one of the guys at work brought it to work.
Your dad stole a unicycle.
No, he's like, I'm going to bring it home for a day and bring it back the next day.
That's
right?
called stealing.
No, I borrowed it. And he brought it home and we like tried it out. It's really hard.
From a person who can't even ride a bicycle.
With two wheels, one wheel is like,
Yeah.
what?
I mean, master the two wheels first.
It's true.
And then you go down to one. That's
I
how
was-
it usually works, progressively downward.
Sure.
But
well,
anyway-
I just wanted to see if you ever went on one because I actually did, and it's very difficult.
No, I've never been on a unicycle, but the point of the story is my chair is broken.
Get a new one.
Yeah, so I need a new chair. Listener, if you want to go on my Amazon list, if it doesn't exist, I will put some chairs in there. How are you? You look mighty tan.
Thank you. I am a little bit tanner than my normally gothly self.
Yeah, you really got out of that goth phase.
I'm trying new things, Richard. You don't know.
We had planned, finally, getting around to that Q&A, the rest of that Q&A.
The listener forgot about it already.
No, the listeners they've been calling the hotline.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
They've been saying, "Hey, when are the rest of those Q&As coming out?" And
Yeah.
I just keep saying the same thing. I say, "Damn, this line is hot." It's
It's
literally it's just really temperature-wise, it's just hot.
not even a phone line. It's just a bare wire.
Yes.
All the electricians just laugh at me and my electrician jokes.
We're big in the electric union. They sit around and listen.
But anyway, we're going to do it. Are you doing it or are you just going to postpone it again?
Here's the good news.
What?
We are going to get to it eventually.
No!
Just not today. No, because we have something else planned for that particular part. But we're going to do this one first, which is vacation sex. We finally got like a little vacation in.
I was telling people we're going to go away for a few days. They're like, I'm not texting you. You fucking put your phone down. I was like, oh my God, we're doing it.
By the way, anybody out there who wants to go on their own vacation, their own sex-filled vacation with a beautiful beach and beautiful sexing sensation, Lauren, October 17th to the 22nd, still some seats available. Not that it's on a plane or a roller coaster. But it was sort of sold out and then not so sold out. A few people decided they can't go. So we have about 4 or 5 spots left that became available. We want those filled up. One of those rooms is a really, really great room. So grab that when you can. And I can't say enough great things about this event and this venue in Isla Mujeres, Mexico. The beach, the parties, the people. We really want you to be a part of this. It's so special. Go to the website, room77life.com, check out Sensation, and book this thing.
Check out events on our website. If you are already going, tell your friend. Bring a friend with you. It makes the group that much better. And it's sort of grown that way. And that's what I think makes the group so special and having a good time together.
Yeah, it's hard to explain to people who've never been how it affected people. I mean, you can go back and listen to the last episode and just hear the reaction from the people that we interviewed. But it's hard selling it when you're the seller, right? But I want everybody to experience it. So make sure you check it out before it's gone. Of course, there's 6 months until the event. It will sell out. We really want you there.
And if it says sold out by the time you get there, just press get on the wait list, because we will be adding an overflow hotel eventually, and we will reach out to you.
Get on that waiting list because people die. They happen. No, I don't mean to get bleak, but it's life. Death is a part of life. And you don't need to grieve about it. What you need to do is get on with your life and go to a party.
Oh my God.
We'll have a moment of silence while we're there. It'll probably be drug induced, but the point is we want you to come there and have a lot of fun. And the good news is last time we had sex with as many people as we can. So the odds that you blowing a stranger are pretty good.
Very good.
You know, it's probably going to be our next big vacation. So go on vacation with us. For now, talk about the vacation that we just had. But we took a few days off. We went north and we found some beautiful beaches, and we took our camera with us and we just had nonstop sex with one another.
Yes.
We would have had it with other couples as well. We just couldn't find anybody. And we did that to put it on the OnlyFans because we've been just ignoring the OnlyFans for quite some time. We tried to find any position, sexual position that we could fit in and do it.
Did it all up.
So our goal was to have semi-public-y sex, or have at least a really good background to it.
Certainly does not call attention to yourself when you're carrying like the beach bag, the beach towel, and a tripod.
Yeah. We were trying to get caught. So we went to these Airbnbs.
Yeah.
And this place is just a really, really tiny little town, not a really touristy town. And we went to these Airbnbs / sort of hotels. I don't really know what to call them. Really, really tiny towns. And we got to the first place. From the photos, I thought it was going to be great. I was like, this place, really sexy.
Did you get the one with the plunge bowl, honey? I was like, yes, I did.
Yeah, made sure, honey, get the one. Hold on.
Squeaky, squeaky.
I know.
Is that your bones?
It's I'm doing unisex while I'm recording. It's the squeaking of the wheel. Got a WD-4 to do that. I said, did you get the one with the plunge pool? Yes, honey, because we are going to fuck in that.
Yeah.
We're going to fuck in the plunge pool. People are going to walk by and they're going to be like, look at those people fucking. I'm going to be like, look at me fucking. Right?
Yeah.
Now, that's the image you got in your head always. Right? So we get there, we walk in, and the room isn't big enough for our luggage. So you can get in the room, but you can't actually put your bags in the room and walk because there's no place to set your bags down. They have to go on the floor. There's no other place. There's like one little table. It is the size of a king bed, and then 1 inch.
Yeah.
And then that's it. So I was like, all right, well, whatever. I'll still stay here. It's fine. So let's go to that plunge pool. Jesus Christ. I mean, if you're an athlete and in pain and you need recovery,
that's right.
This is the place to go.
That's what the football players use. They come to the tiny town, they get in the plunge pool.
You need an ice bath? This is the fucking place to go. I just stuck my finger in there. I was like, no fucking way. Not going to happen.
Temperature sensitive Richard.
Yeah, but why do I look at a picture and assume that that's an 85 degree, because they make it look 85 degrees.
Yeah. And it's like, we should have learned this because when the last sensation, we had plunge pools.
Yeah.
Everyone got a plunge pool.
You get a plunge pool. You get a plunge pool. Everybody gets a plunge pool.
And we knew this thing. It was like, there's no heaters. There's no nothing. And it's obviously going to be in the shade because it's like on the balcony. And we just can't put 2 and 2 together because we think it's always going to be hot outside.
Yeah, of course they have a plunge pool heater. Of course they do. Why would they not?
A plunge jacuzzi.
What do you mean they don't have electricity in that town? But of course they have a plunge pool heater. Yes.
Absolutely.
So my plan starts falling apart immediately, right? I'm like, all right, I can't set bags down or really set up a tripod anywhere. I can't get into my little pool. I'm like, oh, this place kind of sucks. We're like, let's just fuck here. Like, open the windows as much as we can. Maybe somebody will walk by and watch us.
Right. We'll get caught.
Yeah, maybe.
But it's in our room, so it's not like illegal or grotesque. We're not out on the beach or on our balcony.
Now, here's the weird, like many others, there's an exhibitionist quality to me. I am both an exhibitionist and a voyeur.
Mm-hmm.
Voyeur. Do you have to say it with a French accent?
No, I just think it's an extra syllable because there's so many vowels in there.
Let's try it out. Let's take it for a walk.
Okay.
You ready? Which one do you want me to do first?
French, please.
I think I should do American first. Okay. I am both an exhibitionist and a voyeur. Now I'm going to try French. You ready?
I can't.
I am both an exhibitionist and a voyeur. That sounds a little weird.
Well, you did the R weird. Like, what is that?
I can't do a French accent.
You have to say, what's another French word?
Voyeur.
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 Yeah.
I am both a exhibitionist and a voyeur.
Francis.
And I am both of those things.
Yes.
And there are a lot of people that are also both of those things. I know this because I am a swinger educator. And when we take those courses at ASA, we learn how common certain things are.
Yeah, this is one of your continuing education courses that you did.
We do it at our seminars. We always talk about 50% of people admit to having a sex in public experience. It's 50%. 10% of that 50% have had sex in public. 10% of that 50. It's a pretty high number.
So half have the fantasy and 10% are executors.
No. 50% claim that they have had a sexual experience in public.
Oh, okay.
That 10% have had actual intercourse
Oh, right. I forget there's other kinds.
in public. Yeah, that's all the way from heavy kissing to
Okay.
blowjobs, hand jobs, everything else.
Pussies.
But 10% of that have had. That's a pretty big number.
How many people do have the fantasy of doing it?
1,300,400. I have no idea. I have no idea. There is sort of this confusion around it because I've looked it up and I've tried to read about it. I don't really know why. Like researchers, doctors don't really know why, what the psychological thing about it is. But there's theories. They have theories about power. They have theories about ego. If I had to guess, I would say ego and validation. That would be my guess.
And how does that explain that to me as if I were a dog?
Laurie, who's a good girl? Who wants to learn about I would explain it to you like this. If you were a child. Or if you were
Well, that's what I was going to say, and I stopped myself. So
Right.
that's why dog came out. I'm like,
why do people flash people? Why do they have this sort of part of them?
how does it relate to ego?
Ego, validation. I want to fill my ego by
Showing people my junk?
yes, in a weird way. I am getting a reaction out of somebody. So that fills my ego in a twisted way
Oh, okay.
by watching what kind of reaction I get.
Ah.
There are also some theories out there that it is a power thing. That's not my thing, but that may be possible for others. Now, here's where it gets really, really strange for me. Let's put me in both positions. Okay. If I'm walking by a couple and I see them having public sex, why can't I say public sex?
I don't know. Spit your gum out.
May I say it in French? Public sex?
Public.
Public. If I walked by two people and I saw them having public sex or something sexual in public, I know me. My reaction is to immediately look away in a shy way.
Right. That's why I'm having a hard time understanding the ego part. Cause I'm like, it seems.
Well, no.
Okay. Go ahead.
That's the other part. That's the exhibitionist part. The exhibitionist part is the ego part. This could be at a resort, at a lifestyle resort, at a party or whatever, in a playroom. And I see a hot couple and they're doing it in public. My first reaction, as hot as they are, as interesting as it is, whatever it is, my first reaction is to look away, be respectful, look away. Right? Don't be a creeper.
Yeah.
Right?
Mine too.
But these people are there because they want you to look.
Right.
Right? They are in a position where they are obviously outside or in an area where they want you to look to a certain degree. This goes back to our days where you and I fucked around on a public beach where you're like, get closer, not that close. You know what I mean? There's that fine line.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like this weird thing where I'm like, what am I really expecting the audience to do if we are in fact caught?
Right.
What am I actually expecting them to do? Oh, hello. Hi, you two. I saw you up there.
Bravo.
Thank you. Saw you up there fucking.
You guys.
I just wanted to say, great job.
From the back, I watched you. Your side angles are good.
I'm going to go back, going to get a chair, be back in 10 minutes. Don't stop what you're doing. We all appreciate it.
Oh, God.
But I don't know what I expect, right? That's from the voyeur side, right?
Right.
But the exhibitionist side, this is what happens on the other side. And this is what happened this time. Every time somebody would come close, I would be like, stop, right? Because I would get too afraid. And then I think about the people. I've seen videos before on the porn channels. I don't know if you know about this. They have websites out there where you can just watch porn 24 hours a day.
Yes, I know. You had
for free.
No way.
Yeah.
Amazing.
True story. I've seen these amateur porn exhibitionists, whether on the beach or in
Yeah, you
wherever.
love the beach ones.
Yeah, I love the beach ones. These couples are just going to town and someone's watching them. Nothing stops them. They're like two dogs stuck together. They're not even looking at the people looking at them.
Right.
They're just going to town like nothing exists around them.
Is that stray away from exhibitionism if you're just oblivious if people are watching? Because it does, for me,
I've often thought that. But do they just give zero fucks and they're not exhibitionists?
Yeah,
they just
fuck
like,
outside.
I'm just fucking because it's an opportunity. Right.
Just happened to get a little sand in my vagina, but whatever.
So while we're there doing our shoot, right? Because basically we were on location shooting a feature film.
We were.
Richard and Lauren, Sex Vacation, available on OnlyFans, premiered this month. Is it on there now?
Yeah, there's 3. So what I did this time, because I'm not really the best at returning messages and people are like, do you have a PPV of this and that? I'm just like, listen, I'm just putting the shit up there. It's just going to be, it's just on my wall. If you want to see it, you go there and you subscribe.
All right. So basically what you're saying is just go to OnlyFans, pay your price,
right,
and just watch anything you want.
Yeah. I don't know why I didn't do this in the first place.
Okay. All right. So go to OnlyFans and look at us sucking and fucking. Also, I have to bring this up because it might be quite obvious to the listener. You might have heard a sound change. That is because our mixer was broken and we just got an Amazon delivery in the middle of recording. And because I'm 12 and I have to open new toys, I opened it, stopped recording, had to download the instructions and pick up where we left off. So I don't know if it's going to sound the same, but if everything just changed literally mid-sentence, you can understand why. I haven't really had enough time to go through it and figure everything out, but it either sounds way better or way worse. Anyway, that's it. All right. So going back to all about ego. This is ego in as far as the lifestyle and how ego has an effect, or our ego of the ego in the lifestyle, and how our ego affects the lifestyle, and how that sentence can make sense if you're in the lifestyle.
Our actions and what we're going to do in the future.
Better. That's way better. That makes more sense.
Oh, sure.
Right?
You're welcome.
And this is specifically to the lifestyle. This is only about the ego filled of the standard North America thin-coated swinger. That's that particular sweet species. Okay? That's who we're talking about here. All right. So like when we were just talking about like people fucking just like, they're not even looking. Now, this is what I have to point out to you.
Okay.
And this is what has happened before. And this is where I get very, very confused. We have been at a place where we're on a daybed, or we have been at a beach or wherever, and we have been going at it, or we've been doing stuff, right? Mm-hmm. I have made a comment. I'm like, they were watching the whole time. And you look up and you're like, who? Like, what do you mean who? The couple that's right across from us. And you're like, oh, I didn't even know there was somebody there. So how are you affected by exhibitionism? Is it just not your thing? Is it just not affect you in any way, shape, or form? Are you that person that just goes along with it and just sort of blocks everything out?
Yeah, I have to block everything out that is, I mean, I think I've gotten better. I have to block stuff out that is really close to me because I feel that it doesn't allow me to sort of disappear into the act of what I'm doing with you. If I think about what's happening around me, I guess it isn't so much of a turn on. It just takes me out of myself. and I start focusing on that.
But what about specifically somebody watching?
It would be, okay, like remember when the lifeguard stand used to be
Yes.
right outside
Yes.
room 77 and 78.
Yes.
I used to go out on the daybed there and I used to just like play with myself.
Yes.
That is like a game.
Right. But that
I would be.
isn't all exhibitionism sort of a game? I mean, we're talking about ego fill. Isn't that the game?
I guess when it comes to having one-on-one sex with you in a public place, I am focused more on you and us and what I'm feeling than if it's a solo masturbation exhibitionism. I don't think I have the capability to focus in two places at the same time.
So how many times per week would you say you go out alone and masturbate for strangers?
I mean, let's just start how many times a day. That
How
would
many
be
times a day?
maybe once. We'll be right back.
Just a brief moment to tell everybody about Patreon and how they can support us. Now, a little sad story first. Our Patreon button was broken, which means nobody could find us, and we didn't get a lot of Patreon supporters. So we're a little bit behind. I'm not going to say we're going to file for bankruptcy, but almost. If you could help us out and support us by going to, where do they go?
Room77life.com. That's where the button is working now, or you can go to patreon.com/room77.
Not only does it help us out and run this like a well-oiled machine, as you can hear by the new mixer, I think, you also get to be a part of a really dysfunctional family. And it really is. Most of us chat almost all night long. They're becoming like, it's almost like incestual brothers and sisters, leaving naked pictures everywhere. I love and hate them all at the same time for keeping me up too late.
Yeah.
What else do they get?
All of our dirty videos, access to OnlyFans, either a week free or a month free, and you get to look at our really, really dirty videos.
So come on over, you get stuff, we get stuff, everybody wins. Where do they go? One more time.
Go to room77life.com, and right on the front page is the Patreon button to support us. Or if you want to go straight to patreon.com/room77, you can join up a tier there. We so appreciate it.
Meanwhile, let's thank the people who did somehow find us and support us.
The Scavengers: Lana, Mario, Boneyard, Timothy, Eric, Kat, and Jim.
But that is not something that you would probably do on your own, would you?
No, definitely not. It's something that I do in a vacation setting or a sexcation
Would you
setting.
ever do it on your own? And by the way, to be fair, I don't know any woman, nor have I think I've ever met a woman or ever witnessed a woman alone masturbating. And we talked about this on podcast like number that has started masturbating by herself. Still waiting for it. To me, that's my unicorn.
Yeah, I know. No, I don't think I could do it just like, hey, I'm going to go outside and masturbate for the maybe passerbyers.
Me and 100 million other guys just raised their hand and said, I could.
I know. That's the difference.
So is exhibitionism, when it's solo, is it solely a male thing, you think?
No, I mean, I think guys are, I don't know, honestly. That's a really hard question, Richard. I feel like it may be, we ladies would have to overcome sort of a double standard on that to feel free to go and just, I'm just going to go masturbate. I think guys.
Because I'm about to blow your mind.
Oh, shit. Go for it.
When it comes to hiding behind a computer, hiding behind a screen, whether you're on Instagram, whether you are on a site, it seems to me that when it comes to exhibitionism in the world, Twitter, Instagram, exhibitionism really falls onto the female side of filling that ego with photos online
right.
than it does to men. But while in public, it really doesn't equate. So there's this difference between what is represented online, whether it's Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, any of those, right? And the photos that we see, but the reality in the world. Most are looking for those likes. They're looking for that thirst trap, but majority are women using sexually provocative poses to get likes as much as men. Okay.
Right.
But when it comes to actually doing sexual deeds in public, I have never seen a woman in a trench coat in a subway.
Well, think of it in terms of a woman in a sexy dress going to a club. Who's on the dance floor dancing first? A man or a woman?
I guess a woman.
There you go. I think if you were to take, I think the sexy photo thing is a whole nother subject, because I think people are doing, everyone wants to be a model and everyone wants to be an actress. I think that has more to do with that. So I'm going to use the sexual movements in terms of dance at a club. Hold on. Survey says.
Well, no, the only reason is because I was very specific when I said this is the ego fill of the standard North American thin-coated swinger. That is what we are specifically talking about here. We're not talking about Betty at the bar. Who's like, I'm going to go square dancing tonight. I'm going to wear my short skirt. Because all the fellas are going to look at me. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the swinger that goes to these lifestyle resorts and the parties. Okay. It's the same gal who is taking the really, really provocative photos on the websites. But when they are at said parties, they are not so exhibition-y at the parties.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about the 20 million people on the planet using Instagram.
No. I'm saying in the
swinger world.
That was very confusing. I apologize.
No, you did a good job of clearing it up.
Thank you.
Yeah, I do agree. I think that would go back to my original theory, which is there's a double standard for women being the instigators for exhibitionism in sexual activities in a public area. So like if a woman was just like, I'm going to go just start fingering myself.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to go sit on my chair.
Yeah.
And I don't think she would do it. If she was going to blow a guy, I think she would do that.
I agree. But I also believe that, like many, I've heard many, many stories. Okay. As an ASA teacher, people come to me, they tell me their stories. I have to charge them. I'm sorry. But I hear their stories, right? And a lot of them are like, was anybody else in the room? Oh, I don't know. I didn't even notice.
Yeah.
They just block it out.
Yeah.
Where you ask a guy the same story, they're like, was there anybody else in the room? There were 17 to start. 3 couples walked out and then 2 couples replaced them. So we ended up with 15 couples. So it's like you're keeping track. Your head's on a swivel, just like me. As far as exhibitionism is a turn on or not, is it specifically a woman, but when she's with her partner? I don't know. Anyway, you don't have to answer that. It's just something that I wanted to bring up, but I have to move on because we only have so much time, and I tend to go on and it only causes me more editing, and then I'm sad, and then I want to quit the podcast. All right. So another thing that we did that was very ego-filling, and this ties into ego-fill, is we wound up in a situation where we were halfway through our vacation, where we were taking a break from the sexing, which you can see on OnlyFans. It's on sale right now. And we went to, I'm still editing more video. I still have hours of editing to do.
You're behind because you've been playing with your new toy.
Yeah. And it has to, I have to masturbate between editing the videos too, because I watch us and then I'm like, it's a good jerk off, and then finish the video. And then, so we were in the middle of our sexcation, and we went and had breakfast, and we went to this little place, and the place was full, and we walked in. There was this couple sitting at this table, and they were like, hey, you guys can sit with us. Now, hopefully I made them sound cool and cute, because they were cool and cute.
They were totally cute. They're like 30-something-year-olds.
Adorable. Now, my first thought in my head, because I am a North American thin-skinned swinger, is, hi, what are your names?
Of course. Yeah, let's sit down, babe.
But I also have control of my feelings. So I'm like, no, thank you. It's very, very thoughtful of you. We'll just go sit in the back. Thank you. And then I walk away and I go into the back, and all the tables are full.
Yeah.
And we don't have a choice.
No, we could have shared with some other couple.
Right. So I look at you. By the way, talk about twisting an arm. I'm like, do you want to go share a table with a really hot couple that just asked us? And you're like, yeah, let's go back there. So we go back, and I'm telling you, we only saw one hot couple while we were there, and it was these two. We sit down, I'm behaving myself. Like, I am not at all flirting with these people.
No, you are straight up just, having some casual conversation, talking about food, what they ordered. It was so funny.
Which, gift and a curse, how can I not be charming as hell? I mean, it's really hard. But I told the guy when we sat down, I said, do you mind if we share? There are no tables back there. He said, no, of course, have a seat. And I said, this may be a little awkward for you guys because we are on our first date.
Oh, yeah, I forgot you said that.
And he believed us through the entire thing.
I love gullible people.
She did not. She sort of laughed at him like, how could you believe that? And of course, they're not on their first date.
With our wedding rings on.
Yeah, we're like, no, we've been together for 20 years. That's why we're not even talking to one another. He was like, oh, I thought you were going to tell the truth. But they decided they wanted to have dinner with us. And still, I'm like, because I go into ego again. Now, one of the things about being in the lifestyle and being swingers, and when you are of our species, an ego is going to a lifestyle party and having a couple engage with you, be attracted to you, and hook up with them. Ego fill is going on a lifestyle site and having somebody respond to your message. Mm-hmm. Ego, there's a lot of ego that you find. Mm-hmm. But when you're out into the vanilla world, when you're a species that goes into a different terrain, off your plane and into a different wilderness, right?
Yes.
And wander into the tundra of another.
Holy shit, zebras are over here.
Ooh, what is this species? Right? And they give you attention. That ego boost is like no other because you feel like you crossed this line of, I don't know what it is, but it is fulfilling, right?
Yeah.
That's one of the things that we sort of seek out. Like, and that's why people are like, oh, flip vanillas.
Yeah.
Because it is satisfying in a way. I don't know if they were flirting with us. I really don't know. But anyway, we had dinner with them. We were still being super vanilla with them all the way through dinner.
Yeah.
I only tried to make out with her twice. No, I didn't touch her. We didn't say anything. And then they were like, do you guys want to go have drinks? And we're like,
and then we were trying to analyze. Then we went through and started analyzing everything. It's like, okay.
Because that night she was just like touching me a little bit. We'll be right back. All right, listen up. If you want a high quality bikini, but don't want to break your bank, we have the bikini for you. It's Bikini Addiction. And if you already have a bikini addiction and your addiction is at its peak, we have great news for you.
Bikini Addiction has made Room 77 a special edition bikini. It has our logo on it.
Yeah, so if you want to send up that subtle, sexy sign of wearing that 77 flag out when you're being sexy as shit, get that 77 bikini on your body. What's going to happen is several things. Either people are going to come up to you and they're going to be like, I know what that 77 is. Or they're going to be like, I think I know what that 77 is. Or they're going to be like, what is the 77? To which you could answer your IQ. Say, how many times I banged your mom? You could say, how many silly bitches I shanked inside? You could say, the amount of times people ask me about the number printed on my genitalia. Thank you, sir. Now I have to get a new bikini made. What I'm trying to say is it's up to you. If you want a high quality bikini for a low price that looks sexy because the people that make it know where your hills and your valleys and your curves and everything else are on your body, go with Bikini Addiction.
Go to Room 77 Life. We will have a link there for our special edition. It's launching in black with a 77 white logo.
And make sure to use code ROOM77 to get this beautiful $77 custom-made bikini all the way down to $69. That's $77 to $69. And yes, we did that on purpose. And she just kept grabbing my arm, and in my head she was telling me how handsome I was, but I don't know if that ever happened. No, she wasn't doing that, but she was touching me a lot. And again, you just don't know, because us as swingers, make a lot of this stuff up in our heads. So you have to be careful as to what signals you're reading.
Right.
And you get them crossed with being a swinger and just the normal world. And in the swinger world and in the normal world, they mean two very different things.
Right.
We go to have drinks. Eventually it comes out. They ask, well, what do you guys do for a living? And we tell them, and they were just not shocked at all. Just sort of interested, but they did not say, great, let's go have sex.
Let's subscribe to your OnlyFans.
Yeah. So it was obviously, I mean, I would have obviously had sex with them in a second, but, or at least just watch them have sex with you.
Yeah, well, that would have been nice to have sex next to them, I think. I think it would have been an appropriate ask.
I don't think any of this would have been appropriate at all.
Listen, guys, I'm just going to bargain with you. This is all we're going to do. I'm going to top it at this. We're just going to have sex next to you. Okay?
Listen,
where do you want to go?
This is our final offer. The Airbnb we had the first one. We moved out of that one because it was really small, but we got another one now and it actually has 2 beds. Okay. That wasn't on purpose because we didn't know we were going to meet you. All right. So this is what we're going to offer you. We don't have sex with one another. We just have sex next to each other. And that is our final offer. And I'll throw in an undercoat for free. Final offer. That's what I can offer. Tax and tags included.
TTNL.
TTNL. Let's do it. You drive home tonight. I mean, I don't know if they would have gone for that. I would say otherwise, a good feeling with them wasn't like we went home and we were like, oh man.
Yeah. No, it's like it gives you that feeling of, well, we're relevant. We're entertaining, where, whatever that level of attractiveness, it may not be physical, but they were definitely attracted to us in a way that, they liked our energy. They liked what we had to say. They liked our dynamic with each other. It was an ego boost to just be like, that was really nice to find people that enjoyed us. Then
yeah, for sure.
I
have no idea if they were attracted to us sexually.
Yeah.
I have no idea. But that does open up a question that I have not asked you.
Oh, God.
At any point, did you look at him or her and have any sexual thoughts about him or her? Her?
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, she was so hot to me.
She was really hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was really cute, but I immediately got a vibe from him that he just was not as open as she was. And for whatever reason, I was really drawn into her energy. Like I was just like I don't know. She had just had a very open, loving energy. And, I was just kind of like all kind of sucked up in there. And I was just like, I kept looking at her eyes and her smile and like, I would just love to go down on you.
I mean, I was just like, I could picture myself entering her, every part of her. I was still like, I wonder if she'd let me come on her face. Probably not. I probably won't do that tonight. But him, I was absolutely like, yeah, I'd like to see him fuck you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I just wanted to see him naked. I wanted to see her naked. I was equally attracted to both of them. He's got to be really careful because he did.
I think that's what I was sensing.
Yeah. Especially in that situation. When we brought it up, he said one little thing that was sort of a tell. He just said, she knows what all of my fantasies are. She said, I have a lot of fantasies. She knows that. She knows all of my fantasies. And I have a lot. She doesn't have many, but I have a lot. He had to save face in there. And that's obvious. You have to protect your relationship at that point as a guy on the other side. It's not like he's going to be like, let's on. What do you want to do?
Yeah, let's go do naked kite surfing.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, obviously I checked them out.
Well, when he was like, I could teach you how to kite. And I was like, yeah, you could.
There was a point in the night where I grabbed onto a cactus that was sitting on the table. We were having drinks and there was a cactus sitting on the table and I grabbed onto the cactus and I got little cactus things in my hand. So then I kept sucking my thumb, which is really sexy. When you're having a drink and being sexy and sucking your thumb, I think it really sends a signal as, help me, mommy. So, but anyway, I don't know how she did it, but she somehow got the person at the restaurant to find tweezers. And then she spent a good 15 minutes or so getting the little stickers out of my hand. And I'm just like, oh my God, this girl is so sweet. This is killing me right now, but not in a sexual way. Just like her energy is just absolutely adorable. Anyway, on the off chance that they are listening to this, guys, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for freaking you out. But
we reined it in really hard.
Yeah, we did. But
you could have taken it home tonight.
You could have with an undercoat, and we had separate beds, and
But that's how much we respected your space. So whenever you're ready, we'll meet you back in the deserted town, and
let us know. Kind of awkward now that we just said this, and but you don't ever have to tell us you actually listened. You could lie,
right?
And just say, what podcast? I have no idea what you're talking about. Yeah. Oops, my pants fell off. Where's your shower?
What?
Even while I was there, I was on the SDCs and the Cassidy. We were in the middle of nowhere, by the way. So I was like, I wonder who's out here on swing sites. Holy shit. I've been doing a lot of the SDC and Cassidy stuff. I don't go near the SLS stuff because their site doesn't work. And I just, and by the way, if you want to get on Cassidy or SDC, please use our link on our page because we make a little bit of a commission from it. And then we use that commission to pay for our advertisements for our takeovers and stuff. So it really helps us. The thing that I've been doing is just reaching out to people who are coming to Cancun, especially guys, because we're looking for guys to have threesomes so that we can have some threesomes because we enjoy that. Special announcement. Attention, ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. Any handsome men who are coming into the Cancun, Playa del Carmen area who are moderately hung and in adequately good shape, please contact the Room 77 podcast for some really good hot sex. Contact us at room77life.com. Please attach a photo and something nice about yourself.
And the dates of your availability.
Yeah, so we're looking for some more hookups because it's not the easiest thing in the world here. I'm not complaining, but I'm gonna. The amount of people that say, "Hey, we're coming down."
Like 6 months in advance or something.
Or not even. It could be a week, 2 weeks, 6 months. We're coming down. We would love to see you guys. Mm-hmm. And I even warn them. I'm like, you know what? Here's the thing, man. A lot of people say this. You're going to get to the hotel. You're going to have a fantastic time there. So I would hate to ruin your vacation while you're there. No. Really want to see you guys. Mm-hmm. And then the week comes, the week goes, and crickets.
Ghosted. Yeah.
Ghosted. And the thing is it always breaks my heart just a little bit.
It hurts your ego.
It does. It hurts my ego. But the thing that I thought is I've been reaching out for the two of us to try to fuck more. That's what it's there for. That's why they built it. Kind of
what the lifestyle is about.
That's why they built a site.
Yeah. Let's use it.
If you build it, they will fuck. Right. And I often have this feeling because I see some couples up there that I'm incredibly intimidated to reach out to. Mm-hmm. I almost don't. And then I do because I have to remember this. As us being in the lifestyle, we are all insecure and need our egos filled in some way, even all the way back to being an exhibitionist and being like, hey, look at us fuck, to picking up that person in the club, if it's a vanilla or
right.
For some people, it's an actual unicorn is their score, just getting somebody's attention, even on these websites.
Yep.
Getting your egos filled is something that is important to all of us. Remember that it's not about just sitting and waiting for someone to message you because you want your ego filled, because you want that feeling somebody wants me. Sometimes it takes you to give it to somebody else first.
Right.
Hey, I'm reaching out to you because you guys look fantastic. And a lot of times what you're rewarded with is oh my God, how are you guys? I would love to meet you guys.
Right.
You look amazing.
Right.
Right. So it's just this important lesson about ego and ego inside of this lifestyle, because the truth is when you're in a ethical non-monogamous relationship, whether you're 50 or 20 or 30 or whatever, you're never ever going to stop being a couple that is on Tinder, basically. We are dating. That's what we're doing. We're just doing it as a couple. We are perpetually dating. That's what we're doing, perpetually dating. So we are perpetually looking for a little bit of ego fill, a little bit of that boost.
Right.
We want to be told, you're good enough, I'm attracted to you. We're looking for that little bit of adrenaline rush, right? Mm-hmm. Give that gift to somebody else. All right, Lauren, I have to go. I'm out of here.
All right. You're handsome.
Oh, you're really pretty.
I just wanted to feel your ego.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
But honestly, I need it from strangers.
Oh,
Yeah, that's how it works.
It's true. You already know I love you, so it doesn't count anymore.
Know this is a thing about the standard North American thin-coated swinger. We need to go outside the pack and receive that acceptance from other packs.
Right.
To thrive.
to feed our thin coats.
Yeah, that's what we hunt for. Come over to this pack and that pack want to meet up. We're having
orgies, or
all the packs are getting together tonight. I'm talking about this is how it was in the cave days. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. All right.
This is going.
I was trying.
Yeah, you did.
I'll quit. You never know where a genius is going to be born, Lauren.
Baby, you should go work that body. You should go work.
All right, Lauren, that is about it. But we have to get busy back to fucking. I mean, that's the truth. I was in the middle of this, finishing editing this and going back to editing us fucking. And once again, I start stroking myself the entire time I'm doing it.
I know you need to wait and let me jump on top of you. I just have to set up a tripod really fast.
I'm a busy man. I have stuff to do. I can work and stroke at the same time.
Yeah,
it's not really a problem. All right, before we go into shooting our feature film, part 2, because we have to make plans to go away and do this someplace else. Let's talk about Toronto and how we're going to bring our sex up there.
Yeah.
X Club in Toronto. When is it, Lauren?
It is on June 9th.
Make sure to go to xclub.com. Is that the website?
I don't think so. Go to our website.
Or go to our website.
Yeah.
Find xclub.com or drive there and buy tickets like you're going to a concert. Get tickets and make sure to be there, and we will pet you, we'll touch you, we'll do anything you want. That's not a promise, but it's a sales tactic. So make sure, get your tickets for June 9th, 6-9. You can't forget that. We'll see you there. And people want to get away. They're ready. What do they do?
A lot of people have been asking lately, do you still book travel? And the answer is yes. So when you're ready to go away, let me help you. I'll reward you with a free bikini for 5 nights. And you can reach me on Facebook at Lauren Reese or on our website at room77life.com and just email me. I'm ready. I'm here.
Now back to us and shooting dirty stuff. What do you think that we should do next? What is it that you think we should do next that will be stimulating or interesting, that both feeds my artistic bone and gets me to come gigantic load?
I think that we need to do stuff that's like, I'm liking the public, going in public, but maybe it's not necessarily on a beach. Like maybe
the mall.
Maybe we like are in the car and we just like, maybe we park at like really cool spots. And,
oh, that's a good idea.
Because there's so many tourists walking around here and it's just like, maybe, you know what I mean? Like that's what I keep thinking.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm all for it, and I actually want to go do it right now, sort of. The only problem is this particular town, the tourists are like 70. So if I send anybody into cardiac arrest, I'd feel a little bit guilty, but you know what? I'm down. All right, everybody, we have to go make dirty videos to make more money to pay for this incredibly, insanely expensive mixer that we had delivered to us during this podcast. I'm sure it still sounds different because I still don't know how it works. All right, hopefully next time we'll talk at you and maybe it'll sound better. Maybe it'll sound exactly the same. Maybe we'll
buy another mixer.
Depends how many Patreons
The
we
Fisher
get.
Price one.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to go leave a positive review.
For more information, go to room77life.com.
Thanks for stopping by Room 77.
We had a blast.
Now get your clothes and get out.
Maybe you should go work that.